Hello, hello. I hope everyone's doing well. Happy Tuesday. We're finally over Monday. At least that's what I tell myself every Tuesday. Is that at least it's not Monday, at least we're over that. Let me flip over to Steingate's screen and then I'm hoping that this will work. Perfect. Today is part 2 of Steingate, and this will be the second week of us doing this visual novel Tuesdays. I'm trying to remember what happened to the story because my brain has been so fuzzy from just a little bit of a seasonal cold. But I'm doing much better. And I'm hoping that this will be another comfy stream where we get to learn more about the story of Steins Gate. I have been told many times over that this is one of those that gets better over time. And it's already phenomenal. I don't know. I think the writing is already pretty great to begin with. So if it gets significantly better than this, wow, I'm hyped. So let us continue. I hope it's saved. I think we do load. Right? Yeah. Right. So this is where we left off. I think we met I really should start a journal for this particular series of streams because I never remember the names, but we've met the members of the laboratories. We have met Kurisu, who is fantastic character and clearly a girl genius, and we had this scientific discourse with her where we understood more and more about theories of time travel. So I think that's sort of where we left off, and we will start from there. Load this data, yes. Right, after parting ways with Daru, right, that's one of the guys, and he's like a coder, I think, actually, this is quite loud in my ears. Let me turn this down for me. I think it might be okay for stream, though. I do know that the sarcophagus is pretty loud, but hopefully once we pass that, and once the voices of the VAs and the dialogues come on, it will be much better. So after parting ways with Daru at ATF, I headed to Yanabayasi Shrine. And you get exercised. Oh my gosh. I seriously doubt that the Makise Kurisu at ATF was a ghost. Regardless, it's natural to seek exorcism after such experience. I'm Japanese, it's in our blood. Yanabayasi Shrine is located on the other side of Kanda River. To find it, enter the first side road after crossing Mansebasu Bridge. It's a very small shrine that does not fit with the surrounding multi-tenant buildings. First side road after crossing the bridge, okay? Kanda Myojin is the more famous shrine in Akiba, but I deliberately chose this one. The shrine is so small, you could easily miss it if you weren't looking. Regardless, I hear the chirping of the cicadas from the few trees growing here. Hi, Yuta. Why is she here? Okay. There are two girls standing in front of the main building. One of them is Mayuri. Oh, that's a pretty one. The other is a docile-looking beauty in traditional Miko attire. Urusibararuka, a stunning example of feminine charm and grace. Lips delicate like cherry blossoms in bloom. The essence of Japanese beauty. The chief priest's son. That's right, son. Lovely in every way, but he's a guy. Hey, don't let gender restrict you. It's voiced by a lady too, okay? Okabe-san. Who bows his head? The voice of a girl, the mannerisms of a girl. More feminine than any girl I know. But he's a guy. Taller than Mayuri, yet oh so slender. But he's a guy. Looks stunning in Miko robes, but he's a guy. Holding a bamboo broom, apparently in the middle of cleaning, but he's a guy. It's almost evening, yet still hot as hell outside, but he's a guy. Karin! Oh, Karin. Damn cicadas won't shut up. But he's a guy. You gotta remind yourself every minute. Fukako. Isn't cool usually indicative of a lady name in Japanese, I think? Because it's like small or child or whatever. That blade I gave you, what happened to? He's a friend of mine, I call him Lukoko. We met when I rescued him from some aggressive photographers in Akiba's pedestrian heaven. It also so happened that Lukoko and Mayuri are classmates. I learned that fact after I had gotten to know him. Lukako is taken aback by my sharp question. Blade. He's blushing. Oh. He starts fidgeting with a flushed face and tears in his eyes. The sword even has a name. Samidare, okay? I feel like sometimes Mayuri might just be playing along. I ignore Mayuri's questions. He is so cute. Okay, I think we're gonna start writing down like a character chart or something like that, because honestly if we're gonna play this for like 2 hours once a week, I do not trust my goldfish memories. Okay, so there's Mayuri. There's Daru. And then there's Lukako. And then there's the sword Samidare. Miko. Okay. Oh, wait. Demon sword Samidare may be an imitation sword, but that is the only form it takes to hide from the world. I keep missing the last line. When one worthy to wield it appears, it unleashes its true power. And it was on sale for only 980 yen, tax included. 980 yen is like approximately 10 bucks. Maybe less than that now because of depreciation, but oh my god, he has such a feathery voice. Okaberindaro, stop it! The Chunibyo. Kyoma-san. Ojini Kyoma, right? Kangaroo.
違うの。コンガリュウではなくコングルーだ。
Kangaroo. It's like Ga versus Gu difference there. Kangaroo. Yep. Gosh. So pretty. Lukako smiles happily as I nod. Such a lovely smile, but he's a guy. Hey.
美しい師弟関係だね。マユシーは不女子じゃないけど、ちょっとドキドキしてきちゃうよ。
So fujoshi is like how do I say it? Joshi in Japanese is women, and fujoshi, the fu part is generally it's a what should we call it? It's a prefix in a way for BL, so it's like love between men, but in a romantic sense. It's a thing. It's a thing in Asia to be a fujoshi. She's basically making fun of them. In a way, I guess. I think she might have meant it purely, but it's like, you know, it's a beautiful dynamic that Okarin and Lukako has. Jeez. Though we do have a master disciple relationship. I, Hoin Kyoma, have gone to great lengths to teach Lukako about the evil conspiracies that rule the world and how to resist them. That stuff about demon sword Samidare is part of that training. Looks aside, Lukako is very obedient and hardworking. Plus, he's always eager to learn new things. The master couldn't ask for a better disciple. Though he does have the weakness of not catching on too quickly and being too shy.
それで、なぜマユリはここにいる？
に会いに来たんだよ。来月のコミマでライネットのキラリちゃんコスをしてほしいってずっと頼んでるのにちっとも OK してくれないんだよ。
It's like Comic-Con.
だってコスプレするなんて僕恥ずかしいよ。
Oh.
でもルカ君は絶対似合うと思うんだ。こんな可愛い子が女の子のはずがないって大人気になるよ。ねえしようよコスプレデビュー。
Mayuri's hobby is making costumes. She made at least 30 so far. Right, she is the resident tailor, if you would, of the laboratory. But it is rare for her to wear one herself. And so she seems to get her kicks from seeing other people wear them. And it looks like she's chosen Lukako as her next target. Naturally, the costume Mayuri is currently raving about is for a female character. Normally I would understand why a man wouldn't want to dress like a girl, but come on, Lukako has no problem wearing Miko robes. Why should cosplay be any different? Maybe being son of a shrine's chief priest means that wearing Miko robes isn't really cosplay. But whatever, I have business to take care of.
そんなくだらないことは後でやるんだ。
Nintendo's voice is very low.
マユシにとっては大事なことだもん。
俺にとってはくだらないことなのだ。それよりルカ子よ、俺がこの神社を訪ねたのは他でもない。お祓いを頼みたいのだが、やってもらえないだろうか。
There we go.
お祓いですか？だったらお父さんに。
あ、いや、そこまで大げさにしなくていい。気休めでいいのだ。
That's why I came here instead of Kanda Shrine. Oh, he was hoping that Luca would do it for him.
というわけで、例のあれを持ってこい。
Bring out the usual. The usual?
例のあれと言いますと、サミダレですか？
違う。お祓いに用途は必要ないだろう。お祓いと言ったらあれに決まっている。正式な名称はわからんが、棒に白い紙がふさふさとついていて、神主がわさわさと振るやつだ。
今のオカリンの説明、ゆとりっぽいね。
Quite a shock to hear that from Mayuri, because you treat her like a child, Okarin.
あ、おほぬさですね。でも、お父さん貸してくれるかな。ちょっと聞いてきます。
Lukako makes a quick bow, then runs off towards his house, which is on the shrine ground. Okay. Meanwhile, Mayuri takes her pocket watch out of her bag to check the time. It's a very old watch, not the sort you expect a high school girl to carry. Its name is Pockety! It even has a name that's adorable. Obviously, that's the name Mayuri gave it, not its brand name or anything. Pockety. Ever since elementary school, Mayuri has carried Pockety with her everywhere. It's her most important treasure.
じゃあ、マユシーはこれからバイトだから、もう行くね。
そうか、頑張ってこい。バイトが終わったら直接帰るのか？
Mayuri lives in Ikebukuro. She comes to Akiba by train just about every day. should be obvious since we're childhood friends and all, but I live in Ikebukuro too. Wait, so the lab is in a different location from their house? Interesting. Though I've been staying at the lab, there we go, since summer break began.
というわけでまた明日ね。
I call Mayuri to stop before she trots off.
前よりお前はあの時ラジカンで男の悲鳴を聞いたよね。
いいね。
Mayuri blinks several times and puts her finger to her temple as if in thought. Then she gives her usual smile.
それっていつのこと？
今日の昼だ。
Oh, she does not remember. Well, I guess remember is suggesting something slightly different, but she does not have such a memory. Okay. So maybe we're like the continuing piece across all of these timelines. But how are we traveling?
わかった。だったらいい。
変なおかり。じゃあね。トゥットゥルー。
When okay, I can't talk. Mayuri leaves, this time for good, though she pauses to wave at least a half dozen times before disappearing beyond the archway. She is so sweet.
岡部さん、お待たせしました。
Fukako returns shortly after Mayuri leaves. In his hands is a white zigzaggy thing I asked for.
借りることができました。よかったです。
Oh.
まゆりちゃんは帰ったんですか？
He's a guy. He refers to Mayuri with Mayuri-chan.
前よりはどうでもいいから、今すぐお祓いを始めるのだ、ルカ子よ。
はい。僕でいいんでしょうか？そもそも何に対するお祓いを？
Lukako is flustered. Is he really up to this? I'm beginning to doubt. I should have known better. The instant doubt touches my heart. A terrible chill shoots up my spine.
俺に取り付いた悪霊が。
What? I grab my violently shaking wrist.
静まれ、悪霊よ。急げ、ルカ子。このままでは俺は。
Are you just acting?
そんな。岡部さん、しっかりしてください。
Okabe-san.
俺は岡部さんではない。
Kyoma-san.
すいません、京馬さん。でも僕、どうしたら？
He has tears in his eyes. He is so flustered. Oh my goodness.
この前教えた通りにやればいい。
はい。
With a serious look on his face, Lukako grasps the Onusa with both hands as if it were a sword. His stance is impressive. I've taught him well. His face is red, and he can barely talk. It looks like he wants to say something, but is hesitating. Panicking because he feels awkward? Amateur. Oh, Rintaro.
悪霊を俺の中から追い出してくれ。俺はお前を殺したくない。
Lukaku starts crying. Looks like he's really worried. Reason tells me he's a guy, but his lovely appearance makes me feel guilty, like I made a frail girl cry. But despite the tears welling up in his eyes, it looks like Lukaku's managed to work up his resolve.
悪霊よ。
Gosh. He raises the Onusa up high, shaking it left and right.
岡部、じゃなくて、京馬さんから出て行ってください。
ああ、いいぞ。このまま俺の腕にふさふさを当てろ。
The tip of the Onusa touches my upper arm. In an anime, this would be the cue for some dramatic shockwave to occur, but nothing like that happened. The only sound is the chirping of cicadas. Cicadas? 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 I don't... Did it work? I took a deep breath. The trembling in my arm has stopped.
大丈夫だ。悪霊は去ったようだ。よくやったな、ルカ子。
I think it's cicadas. Yeah. Lukaku sighs in relief and blushes.
お役に立ててよかったです。
The shy smile really does make him look like a girl. Oh, thank God, no more cicadas. After I get back to the lab, I take the broken TV down to the Braun Tube workshop for repairs. Daru and Mayuri have already gone home, so I have to carry the TV down the narrow staircase by myself. It's brutal, back-breaking work, but I manage. I push the workshop door open with my hips and head inside. The room is dimly lit by the setting sun, but the gloom is offset by the glare from the gigantic CRT in the center of the room. What is a CRT? A 42-inch CRT television. Oh, is this like back in the time when like TV services used to be curvy? This doesn't seem like something you could get in modern Japan. With LCD TVs becoming the new standard, I seriously doubt anyone would want a bulky old CRT.
Oh, どうした岡部?
I'm losing it at his apron. Brown. Kana? And then at the bottom in heart is moe. Oh, sitting in front of the huge CRT is an equally huge man reading a sports newspaper. He's the workshop's manager, actually owner of this whole building, Tenoze Yugo. I call him Mr. Braun. It's a fitting name for someone who loves Braun tubes.
どうしたもこうしたもないですよ。あなたからもらったテレビが壊れた。
おめえ、俺のブラウン管を乱暴に扱いやがったな。
We were smacking it, yes. We treated it poorly. I barely managed to set the heavy TV on the counter.
愛が足りねえんだよ、愛が。
A muscle-bound bald guy talking about love. How fitting, truly. Giga Chad. It sends shiver down my spine. No, Okarin.
修理をお願いしたい。最優先だ。
相変わらず変な話し方だなおめえって。
Mr. Braun begins investigating the cause of the problem. With nothing better to do, I look around the store. I don't know if it's just the dust hanging in the air, but something feels stagnant about this place. I mean, it could also be the fact that you're surrounded by ancient technology that brings stillness of time. There are CRT screens everywhere. The haphazard layout makes them seem like junk, but they're all functional according to Mr. Braun. He's got a full range of both old and new. Some of them are probably older than me. There are even some flat screens and HD CRTs that came out just before the LCDs took the market.
今日は遅くまでやっているんですね。普通だったら夜7時には店じまいでしょ。
The crowds in Akiba thin quickly at night. Really? All the major electronic stores close around 8 or 9 o'clock. And then, as if the liveliness of the day was simply a lie, the town goes silent. That is actually very good sort of background setting.
今日はこれから客が来るんだな。
You're expecting someone. Okay.
例の小動物ですか？
Chipmunk?
おめえな、俺の愛しい娘を小動物呼ばわりするんじゃねえ。
His daughter? The manager glares at me and takes a photo from his wallet. It is a picture of a young girl shyly making a peace sign at the camera. One might assume this muscle-bound man to be some kind of pervert, but the girl is actually his daughter. Thank you very much. She's about 12 years old now, I think. His love for her is second only to his love for CRTs. Or was it the other way around? I see her in the store every now and then. What was her name again?
ない声出したらぶっ殺す。
Nai. Okay. That's it, Nai. A rare name that means trade. She pops up at the store now and then, so we have interacted with her before. And by we, I mean Mayuri, since she's the only one Nai gets along with. Nai always hides when she sees me or daughter. Oh, it's a very shy little girl. I must admit, I'm impressed she can sense my aura of madness at such an early age. Very good. Mr. Braun makes a grandiose kissing gesture at his daughter's photo. Once again, shivers down my spine.
しかし、娘以外でこの工房に客が来ることがあるんですか？
I've been renting the second floor for about 6 months, but I don't recall ever seeing a customer. I would be surprised if this place was actually making any money.
客っつうかなんつうか。
He puts away the photo and goes back to checking the TV, leaving me with that vague answer.
ああ、これ多分基盤のハンダ浮きだな。直せろぜ。
Ah, good solder. Okay.
ではよろしく。
待ってろ。見積もり書作ってやる。
金を取るのか？
Of course. What do you think he's
当
gonna
たり
do for
前だろ。
free?
払わねえつもりだったのか。
このテレビはあなたからもらったものだぞ。
だからなんだよ。アフターサービスまでタダでやってやるとは言ってねえぜ。
おのれ。自分の間近のオンボロを押し付けておいて、その言い草とは。
うるせえな。だったら一つやってもいいんだぞ。 家電リサイクル法で回収費ももらうけどな。
横暴だぞ。人類史の未来を変えるやもしれぬ男からたかろうとは。
それ誰のことだ？
俺のことに決
Me,
まっ
of
てるでしょ。
course.
歯磨いて寝ろよガキ。そもそも2階をただ同然で貸してやってるこの俺にそういうこと言うとはいい度胸だな。
修理代は弾む。ミスター・ブラウン。
Mr. Braun. In the end, I am no match for him. Just then, I hear the door open. Are we gonna meet Nae? Is this Nae? I look up to see that a girl has entered the store. She's wearing a vintage jacket and tight shorts that highlight her long limbs and athletic figure. I find myself particularly impressed by her well-defined thighs. This has gotta be Nae. Suddenly, time stops. Like, actually, or no? It feels like someone activated the world.
あれ
The girl is still standing there with her arm in the air. Her smile gradually fades into confusion. What kind of reaction was she hoping for? Seriously. Anyway, is she the person Mr. Braun was expecting, Nae? Maybe she's someone he knows personally. Another daughter? Or, dare I say, his girlfriend? She finally drops her pose and clears her throat.
さっき電話したあまねです。
Oh, okay. Not Nae. Amane. Okay, so we met two more people. I need to write this down. We met Noji / Mr. Brown. And then this is Amane. Amane. Okay.
ああ、バイトの面接したいって子な。俺が店長の天王寺だ。
バイトの面接だと？こんな若い女性が？この新規臭くておしゃれ感ゼロで繁盛もしておらずむさいおっさんが店長のブラウン管工房にバイト希望だというのか？
おめえ、来月から2階の家賃1000円増しな。
俺は事実を言ったまでですよ。もっとも部外者が口を出す問題ではないが。
It is not Okarin.
しかしブラウン管工房がバイトを募集していたとはな。この暇さではその必要性を全く感じないのだが。
ああ、それは私が電話で無理って頼んだんです。
The girl looks a little embarrassed.
最初は断られたんだけどさ、店長さんにどうしてもお願いしますって。
Interesting. So why would you want to work in a electronic shop that is filled with outdated electronics? What is she looking for this? Hi, Water! Don't want to disturb the flow of the virtual novel. Just dropping by to say hi. I'm currently enjoying my favorite Inazuma playthrough. I'm glad you view it as bravery. It was a lot of fun. I wish that I could have played it sort of more calmly because I feel like there's a lot of lore that I didn't get to know because I was so scared at the beginning. But I played it in safe mode. So in the end, opening doors wasn't terrible for me, but I did get smacked around quite a bit. But hi, welcome. Did you have a good holiday? And happy 2023, because I realize I haven't seen you since last year. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I'm still proud of myself for playing Soma. That was the highlight of my holidays. It was nice and calming for me as well. It's good. I usually spend time with parents during the summer, so my holidays is mostly just for myself, which is always nice. It's just like a little peace and quiet from work, and then, you know, wintry, so it's very cozy. But I'm sure there was like a lot of home cooked food. I don't know. For me, the highlight has always been like going back home and eat my mom's cooking, even though, you know, I always tell people like, her cooking is meh, but there's always something special when it's like mom's food, you know? Even if it's like nothing terribly grandiose. Yeah. I remember that you did recommend Soma to me, right? I think you did. Have you played that game before or seen it before? Because I'm thinking about, I don't know, like maybe in my free time I'll go back into the game and poke around. I just feel like there's so much lore that I didn't get to piece together. Oh, this is so bright. I just realized I think I may have, it's like a leftover thing from Soma. I turn on the I put on a lot of filters because Soma was so dark. But maybe we need to put it back again. The story was so good. It was so good. Do I put everything back at 0? No. Alright. I never realized everything is still so bright because I had to... There we go. That's much better. Yeah, I feel like because I actually think I'm gonna start watching other people play Soma too. It's such an interesting, like, especially when you see people who are willing to like engage in those discussions. It's such a... I think it's not just like thought-provoking, but to a certain extent, like, it questions a lot of like my decisions, right? Because I think some of the decisions were pretty black and white early on, but like as they continue to push the boundaries throughout the game, it's like, now are you okay with this? What about this? And what about this? It was so masterfully done. but yeah, I need to watch other people play because I feel like there were definitely bodies that I didn't like get to tap into, and they're just like pieces of the game that I didn't quite solve. So. All right, let me get back to this.
今時珍しい若者がいたもんだよな。ま、そこの椅子に座んな、お嬢ちゃん。
This was my first contact with the horror genre. Yeah, I am a complete wuss. I mean, I think for the most part, it's just I have a pretty like vivid imagination, so especially as a child, it was like, no, I'm happy to engage. I just I think especially when I was younger, I wouldn't say that I get scared easily, but like when little creepy things, either through movies or stuff like that I encounter, right? Even just like little bits, my brain would like manifest it and, make it 100 times scarier than it needs to be, especially when you walk away from that screen and walk away from that story and like somehow integrate it into like before I go to bed or in my dreams too at night. And so I think when I was sort of younger, I kind of consciously made the decision to not interact with the genre. But, I've watched people play horror games before and that was fine, but like never on my own. And Soma, I had just heard raving reviews and like what it discusses and try to dive into is like right up my alley. So just really want to give it a try. And I was so glad that it had the save mode because I don't think I would have been able to play it otherwise, to be honest. Yeah, no, feel free to chit chat. I just never apologize for interrupting me. It's understandable. Glad if you got no troubles with this after so much. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. We will see. I mean, I think I might just need to not play jump scary horrors. I do think a lot of times that horror games do get to discuss some of the more morally gray, right, subjects, which I really enjoy. So maybe we might play some like RPG Maker horrors. I know I've heard about like Mad Father, Omori, and like there was something out there. So maybe we'll play those. I've never played them before, so maybe those would be like a good slow introduction into the horror genre. But yeah, I think I need save mode. Like I really need that on every single. If horror games have save mode, I would be happy to play them. I would have no hesitation. Don't push myself too much. I know. But I think for me, it's just like I think you probably heard me say repeatedly throughout that game. I'm just like, I'm there for the lore. I'm just there for the story. You know, a lot of times it's because horrors usually stem from a tragedy, right? I think that's a lot of the backdrops. And I don't know, I am a sucker for angst, I think. Like that kind of darker kind of stories really attract me. So I would say it's more that the horror aspect has hindered me from enjoying a lot of those. And now I have a first encounter, and that, like, it wasn't too terrible. We can continue to explore, perhaps a bit cautiously, but we can continue to explore it. But I am on a recent binge of space, I guess sci-fi backdrop stuff. It's great you did not disconnect from the scary part entirely. Well, I think what Soma did really particularly well is that I think partially it's because it is a psychological horror game, more like, rather than just, you know, being chased and getting hit. It's you hear the crunches, right, from a distance, and you hear footsteps, and that, despite, you know, I know I can get smacked around and, like, not really quote unquote die, it's still terrifying. But I'm glad that you found it entertaining. I really am. Yeah, I've been on a sci-fi background binge recently, so I think it all started from the Swapper. That sort of surprisingly was a accidental great game to play prior to Soma. I think it discussed somewhat similar ideas, even though not nearly as directly as Soma, but it touches upon those morally gray questions as well. And then this one, Steins Gate, seems to be a time travel-y so far, multiverse. So we'll see how it goes. I'm still very confused. I don't know what's going on in this game. In this story, rather. Looks like they're going to have a formal interview. I was going to leave, but since Mr. Ron hasn't kicked me out, I'll stick around a little bit longer. The girl's expression is stiff. I guess she's nervous. Just because of a part-time job interview? In contrast to how she said she wouldn't take no for an answer, she doesn't seem so enthusiastic.
名前は何だって？
天音鈴葉です。
Oh, Suzuha.
年は
18。
I feel like as I get older, it makes me slightly uncomfortable that everyone that I'm either playing as or dealing with are so young in games. Just like they're like little birds still.
学生
Oh, so she's not in university. Okay. She shakes her head.
なんでうちで働きたいんだ
It's a good mix. The atmosphere and story is great. It is similar with Darkwood, by the way. In Darkwood, you're more actively defend yourself. I did get Darkwood, and it is on my list to play. I have seen like one other streamer that I've been watching recently. I think you'll like her a lot if you enjoy watching Darkwood. I think it's, let me see if she's even on right now. Oh, she's no longer on. She plays Darkwood too, and it looks so interesting. It's like kind of survival, right? Or I've only seen like small parts of it from time to time. But it is atmospheric as well, and then it's more survival, it seems. And this is her Twitch handle, if you want to check her out. I thought she's quite entertaining, so if you enjoy Darkwood, you might enjoy her as well. Yeah, it has several aspects, but you also do not really die on the easiest difficulty. All right, I know exactly what I'm playing on. Is it story heavy? Maybe like the modes that I've seen Bat playing on has been not story mode, perhaps. It felt like it was mostly just survival. Because I love CRT. So she is one of those, Suzuha is one of those like old tech enthusiasts.
Sayo, 明日から来い
I wish my interviews are this easy. Oh my god.
それでいいのかというかこれはコントかもしかして仕込みか
ありがとう、店長さん。
Finally, Amane Suzuha seems to relax. Ooh, I have conspiracy. Is this girl really going for the job, or does she want something? Then she looks at me.
ところでさ、君は誰？
俺のな聞きたいというのかいややめておけそれを知ることでお前にも最悪が降りかかるかもしれんこれまでも多くの人が俺の名を知ったことで機関に狙われたアメリカのサライタリアのクラウディアフランスのシモンこれ以上誰かを危険な目に遭わせるわけには
Oh my god, Okarin. How delusional are you?
おい、アホな妄想してんじゃねえよ。
It has a lot of story to it, but you need to interact with the people and locations for it. Much is optional and can be overlooked. It's meant to be playable multiple times. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. We might have to play that soon then. I love anything with a lot of stories. It sounds like, I think for me, it's like stories and exploration are so probably like my two favorite things. So it sounds like that would definitely be something I'm excited to play. And is it the same sort of iterations of things, just perhaps different monster spawns or things like that? Optional stories. Depends on how thoroughly you want to be. There is much subtle content you need to connect and choices you do. So it's also a choice matter game. Okay. All right. You're really selling this, Water. Pardon, you didn't get my question. So how do I phrase it better? Let me think about this. So I think my question is more like, is sort of the way that they tell the story kind of like going down a storyline, or is it more like Soma where a lot of it is just adding to the backdrop and adding to sort of the world that you're in at the time, so you're learning through pieces and perhaps memories and just like pieces of information, but it's not like, you know, you're following a plot of story necessarily, like living through a story plot. Does that kind of make sense? The latter depends on what you gather along the way. Okay, and make of it. Gotcha. So, depending on what you know, you might end up making different decisions and therefore having a different experience. Okay. We gotta make it happen this weekend then. I think I really want to play it now that based on what you described. All right. Let's see. I think ever since I started thinking about like, oh, maybe we can start doing like visual novel Tuesdays, I've like completely abandoned the idea that, oh, we're just gonna play a game through like consecutively, right? And so once that sort of discipline is out the door, now it's kind of like, let's play this and let's play that too. Just deal with me, I guess.
このバカ男は2階に曲がりしてる岡部倫太郎ってんだ。
岡部ではない。俺は法院。
Hoin Kyoman. All right, we'll make sure that Darkwood happen either Saturday or Sunday. 公園京馬。
うるせえ。家賃さらに1000円上乗せするぞ。
I feel a little bad now. You deserve some hefty distractions. I did play one day of Stardew. Stardew was fun. No, don't. I think I know my limits. I think, you know, like what happened was by the time that we finished playing Soma, I was like, okay, I need something a little happier. So I would divert myself to something a little happier if I needed. But I'm good now. Like, this visual novel has been I hear that it gets dark later. Partially why I'm playing it and reading it through is because I hear it gets a little complicated. There's a little bit more depth later on. But so far, it's been a good comical relief so far. And Stardew was wonderful. I can't believe that I had it in my library for so long and never actually played it. Like, everything is so comfy with that game. I love the fact that there's no survival pressure. Like, quite literally, there's no time pressure on anything in that game. I love that about it. I mean, maybe one of those, like, you know, oh, you gotta catch a fish in 3 days or something like that. Those requests are a little meh, but it's so beautiful. Yeah, for sure. A warm hug. It was so nice. There are just so many good games out there. Like, I can't make up my mind. I always flip-flop between, like, do we play something? I never really make up my mind until, you know, maybe the 15 to 30 minutes before stream when I'm like, I should probably do some sound balancing and then making sure that all the sounds sound okay. And then I'm like, I look at my list of presets and I can tell you, like, I've set up scenes for The Walking Dead. I've set up scenes for Detroit by now. I've set up scenes for Death Stranding, which I don't even know if my potato can even handle streaming it, but I set it up. And I just, you know, in the end, I scroll through my Steam library and I'm like, ooh, but what about that one? And I play that instead. So, don't ever worry about distracting me or giving me game suggestions that throw me off my schedule, because I don't have one. I don't adhere to my own schedules. Ooh. Mr. Ron's taking out like the landlord shoe. Dang. It's a good thing to have trouble to choose between great games. It is. I'm not going to complain about it. It's sort of very much a first world problem, right? It's what a luxury to have concerns over. Cafe Rintaro. Are you also a Stardew expert, Water? The girl stands up, places her hand on my shoulder, and looks at me with a serious expression.
君を狙ってるその期間ってのが何なのかわかんないけど。
Ah, did we mention the organization? Oh, we did. We did. Okay.
もし困ってんなら私に相談して。岡部倫太郎、そういうの慣れてるからさ。
Gosh, does this girl have a secret identity?
は
Oh my gosh. How can she help? Stuff like what?
場合によっては手段を選ばず痛めつけてやることも可能だし。
Mr. Brown 彼女は採用しない方がいいと思う。
Mr. Brown, I don't think you should hire her.
ああ、物騒だな。騒ぎ起こしたらクビにするからな。そもそもその期間なんたらは岡部の創作だから本気にすんな。
I guess I am. Has been a long time though when I played it. Gotcha.
創作？
せいぜいそう思ってるがいいさ。
It seems like one of those ones, one of those games that could go on forever, I think. It's like, I know that even past the main storylines, you can continue to build your farm, build your life, interact with the villagers and stuff like that. Everyone hates the fishing. You love doing it, going for all the special species. I think I just needed a little bit more practice with the fishing. I couldn't quite figure out how to get the I think it's the mouse, like get it to sync up. It's kind of like, it reminds me of I used to play a little bit of Genshin Impact, and oh, it gets much easier with better gear later on. Okay, that's good to know. Someday the world will kneel before me. And then Amane Suzuha stares straight at me again. Maybe she has a habit of looking people in the eye.
そういうのが流行ってんだ。勉強になったよ。
Trend? I don't think so.
That's it.
I was at university all morning as I returned to Akiba. The first fishing rod is garbage, making all the players raging about it. That's good to know. That's good to know. I mean, I'm not a completionist by any means, but sometimes I could get in a trance of like, I want to collect, you know. I want to collect these, and so I definitely could understand your comment about going for all the special species. As I return to Akiba, the heat is now becoming unbearable. I grab an iced coffee at the bakery inside Yodobashi to quench my thirst. While I'm at it, I guess I'll check At Channel on my phone. I most frequent the Occult board, the Future Technology board, and sometimes the Physics board. I search for threads on the mass disappearance phenomenon or Makise Kurisu's stabbing, but turn up nothing. Okay. So I think the mass disappearance is when we jumped timeline. But whether that means we just went to a different universe, well, the same universe but on a different timeline, or so were those hallucinations after all? When I peek at the occult board, I find posts in multiple threads from someone claiming to be John Titor. Oh, he is the he's the other, I guess, pseudoscientist who had been studying time travel as well. John Titor appeared on American BBS 10 years ago, claiming to be a time traveler. Okay. He claimed to have traveled from the year 2036 in order to obtain an old computer, IBM 5100. We got the game category not updated. Am I not in? Let's see. I am still in Valiant Hearts. Thank you for calling that out. That is so funny. I remember changing it, but I think I must have exited out of it. All right, let's go to where we belong. Steins. Steins Gate. I must have been like, what the heck is going on? Okay. All right, let me update that. Thank you for letting me know. I think when I updated it, I didn't actually press go live, and so we exited out and then we came back, and it never carried through. So thanks for calling me. Thanks for calling it out. I would never have noticed. Check. I think we're in the right place. Yeah, we're in the right place. Ooh, okay. I hope no one like came in here and was like, what is this game? Expecting Valiant Hearts. Okay, he claimed to have traveled from the year in order to obtain an old computer, IBM 5100. Oh, so that makes sense, right? That's why. So IBM 5100 might be hidden somewhere in that local store. His claim started quite a storm among the BBS denizens. Titor also made several accurate, if not fragmentary, predictions of future events. Oh. To prove he was from the future, he explained the principles behind his time machine and provided pictures of its operation manual. But after about 4 months, he disappeared without ever revealing his identity. Maybe he traveled to another point in time. At one point, his predictions gained popularity even in Japan. Yes, he certainly did get some things right, but on the other hand, he missed several others. Some of his posts contradicted each other too. That's why to this day most people doubt his authenticity as a time traveler. See, I think this this visual novel is about multiverse. That's why we have multiple timelines. That's why this time traveler has contradictory predictions, because he may have moved between timelines or jumped between timelines. And that explains why when we evacuated from the building, and it was a bustling street, and then all of a sudden there was this, what Okarin said about mass disappearance. Huh. Okay. So after 10 years of silence, that same John Titor is now on a Japanese BBS. Ridiculous. It is obviously a troll. First of all, John Titor is American, yet now he's posting on @channel in Japanese. Let's take a look at his posts. Ooh. Name John Titor 2010 7/28. I don't expect you to believe that I came from the year 2036. I see that everyone would like to know more about my time machine. Time travel technology was developed by CERN. They completed the first time machine in 2034. Okay, do I get to scroll? Where's my mouse? CERN has a monopoly on time machines. Not even the most powerful nations on Earth can acquire one, to say nothing of private citizens. So why do you have one? CERN used their time machine for power. By 2036, the world has become a dystopia. There's no war, no conflict. However, that is a false peace founded on the complete eradication of liberty. What does LOL mean? What did you come to this time? Was Akiba's satellite crash your doing? Wait guys, Titan-san doesn't understand @channel lingo. Let's keep it simple, okay? So this is like 4chan or Reddit. If you know what I mean. The triple. It's at 343. Oh, okay. I came here to change my present. In other words, your future. My mission is to destroy CERN's dystopia and restore freedom to the world. This is wonderful. This is a wonderful time you're living in. Everyone is free. But you will lose it all in just 20 short years. It is vitally important that you understand what the future has in store. What is a troop code? I might get one if you tell me what it is. Thank you, Anonymous. You said only CERN has time machines. You have a time machine. That must mean you're working for CERN. And the need to drop out again. Was nice to have a little chat. Wish you a nice time. See you another time. Of course. Thank you for dropping by. Take care, Water. Therefore, your goal can't be to destroy CERN's dystopia. You're a fraud. QED. What's a dystopia? How can CERN take over the world in just 20 years? Look at the Middle East. You've been reading too much manga if you think you can get those guys to stop killing each other. Who asked you to change the future? You're trying to play God? If they're promising world peace, then I for one welcome our new CERN overlords. My time machine is a prototype reverse engineered from a stolen CERN technology. Compared to their time machine, its capabilities are quite limited. In 2036, the world is ruled by a single all-powerful governing body. They control every aspect of our lives, deciding what we will eat, where we will live, and whom we will marry. There is no privacy and no choice. Everyone who dares oppose them is eliminated. There are no trials. In movies and all, small changes to the past cause huge changes to the future. Butterfly effect. You've already changed the present by coming here. What happens if you make unexpected changes to the future? Implying CERN rules the world. Do you know what CERN is? OP is a troll. Okay. So we find his dad and kill him. Then this time traveler will never be born and he won't have to listen to this anymore, am I right? I want to know if you can meet your past self. So obsessed. You're talking about the so-called grandfather paradox, which has been debunked. This world line has a divergence of 0.6% compared to the world line I came from. Killing my father would alter divergence, creating a world line where my father is dead. However, it would not erase this world line. I would go on existing. Multiverse. Very good. CERN is a particle physics research institution. That hasn't changed in 2036. It is possible to meet your past self. The prevailing theory in my time is that nothing would happen. I, however, have not met my past self. Proof. No pick. Proof. The many worlds interpretation. Okay. Research Institute taking over the world. Lol, what? Okay. I do not feel the need to prove that I am what I say I am. I am only posting these messages on a whim. My mission comes first. What are world lines? Can you meet yourself from another world line? What happens if you do? Late reply. A trip code is a way to identify posters. Put hashtag. Oh. Just too far into the game already, gonna wait for my playthrough. Alright, of course. Yeah, well, my relaxing approach means that we're gonna play this game over many weeks, but I always welcome your company. You know, whether in VODs or in stream. So I'll be happy to have you there. That is true. That is true. There's definitely a limit as to how many streams you can catch. Oh my. Okay, so definitely world building here. We are well into the multiverse theory. World lines are like an infinite number of rivers flowing in parallel. Along the way, they are constantly branching out into new world lines. This is called divergence. For example, whether or not you post on this message board has practically no effect on this world line's divergence. But if you were murdered, let's say, then the divergence would change. However, it would only change by a very small amount, if that. A single human being's death is not terribly significant on a global scale. Wars, disasters, acts of terrorism, and other events that cause widespread death and destruction have a much greater effect on divergence. Thanks for telling me about trip codes. I'll make sure to use this one from now on. I'm starting to get tired, so let's pick up again tomorrow. It's been fun talking to everybody. Okay. So we have a time traveler, or so-called self-claimed time traveler, that has a time machine. Talks about a future of dystopia, and has somehow said that multiverse theory is confirmed in the future. Of course, there have been sites dedicated to John Titor for years now. This post closely resembles what the original Titor wrote 10 years ago. So, could this have been a different John Titor from a different world line? I've read one of the books on Titor. That's how I know. This new John Titor is clearly an imposter. There are many Titor fanatics on that channel. It's not exactly a household name in Japan, but I doubt anyone would fall for this level of trolling. As I continue to read, however, I find the response the opposite of what I expected. Everyone is accepting this time traveler as if this were his first appearance. You are in a different timeline, Okarin. Nobody has even mentioned his appearance 10 years ago. Finding this strange, I try posting a retort, but everyone ignores me. What the hell? You can figure this out if you do a little research, people. There's the original John Titor thread archived in English, and plenty of Titor blogs in Japanese. You are not gonna find any. Guaranteed. 12 matches. Only 12? Moreover, all 12 are about the current Titor's posting on that channel. I can't find a single trace of the Titor from 10 years ago. Bizarre. This just can't be. I searched for information on Titor a few years ago. Back then, I got tens of thousands of hits. Is the search engine filtered? It is not. I try searching on another site just to make sure, but it gives the same result. What is this madness? It feels like I've stumbled onto another plane of reality. Very good, Okarin. Could this be another organization conspiracy? No. These past 2 days, I've been surrounded by nothing but chaos and confusion. I'll call Daru. He'll know about Titor for sure. After all, I've talked to him about Titor before. I only vaguely remember the details of that conversation, but I'm positive the conversation happened. By the time I dig my phone out of my bag, I no longer feel like making the call. Instead, I send him an email on the way back to the lab, who replies with his location. By May Queen, he means May Queen plus Neon of Cafe. Right, he cheats on his 2D wives with 3D maids. I will never forget that. That was a regular here. Apparently, 3D cat maids are his thing too. May Queen plus Nyan is only a 3-minute walk from the lab. Coming from Kuramaebashi-dori, take a left on Tsumakoi Saka crossing and you'll find it. That's where I'm headed now. It's usually busy in Akiba during summer break, but now it's even busier because of the Larikan incident. The area was blocked off yesterday, but it doesn't look like they could keep the main road closed for 2 days straight. I haven't seen a single police officer today. Ooh. But the Larikan building still seemed off limits. The entrance shutters are closed shut and sealed with yellow police tape.
謎の人工衛星墜落から一夜明けた秋葉原です。警察による規制は解除され、駅前にはものすごい数の人が集まっています。
So I wonder, because previously, Kurisa has mentioned that we reached out to her and was frantically trying to tell her that her life was in danger, right? And what that means is most likely one of us. And when I say one of us, I meant Okarin from perhaps a different timeline, or even the same timeline, traveled back to that time to warn her of her death. Even though she still died anyway. And then Kurisa did not, so I think we need to start writing these down. Like, this will be too hard to remember between weeks. So there was the very original word line in which we saw the satellite landed, not crashed, landed on building. And Kurisu is dead. And then we are in a second timeline where there was a satellite crash. Where's the satellite crash? And Kurisu is still alive. Oh, we should probably also mention in original timeline, Tighter was a 10 years ago thing, whereas Tighter show up in just now. Tighter show now. Okay.
墜落した人工衛星がどこの国のものなのかについては現在も調査中とのことで、詳しいことが分かるまで撤去ができない状態です。警察の発表によりますと、爆発などの危険は今のところないということですが、秋葉原を訪れた買い物客や地元商店街の関係者からは不安の声が上がっています。
Okay. The media has dozens of cameras set up outside of the police line, and there are nearly twice as many onlookers as reporters, enough to fill the entire street with people. Everyone's aiming their phone cameras at the satellite-like object. It is a satellite, no? So many people. Living in Akiba, you get used to crowds and big events, but a gathering of this size is unusual. I wonder if the satellite is the time machine. I wonder when they'll get rid of that thing. I hope it doesn't explode or something. They've been letting people back into the area, so I guess there's no danger. Still, considering its unknown origin, I'm surprised there isn't more security. Sure, I agree. Today, like always, otakus are shopping for doujinshi, import games, electronics, or whatever strikes their fancy. Aside from the scene at Arikan, this is Arikan, right? It is the same as any other day, but I still don't understand what I saw yesterday. I've half accepted that the mass disappearance was just my imagination. It is not. Maybe I've become unable to distinguish reality from fantasy, like the media likes to say about teenagers these days. With that thought in mind, I return my gaze to the street. That is a reporter, right? Oh no. And there in front of me, a woman stands holding their phone in front of her face. She's taking a picture. She took a picture. Her phone was clearly pointed at me. I tried to cover my face, but not quickly enough. I turned around just to make sure that she wasn't pointing it at someone behind me, but that doesn't seem to be the case. She's still staring at her phone. Without even glancing at me, she turns around and points her phone at some other pedestrian. Maybe she's just taking photos of everyone at the scene and not just me. But still, I need to have a word with her. The organization is after me, so I can't risk that photo getting out.
Wait!
Oh, English. She doesn't turn around. Is she so engrossed in her photography that she doesn't even notice me? Or does she not catch my magnificent native level English?
ジョー、そこで携帯カメラを使っているあなた、待ってください。
In Japanese? She turns back, finally noticing me. And of course, her phone turns with her.
よせ、取るんじゃない。まさか機関の差し金か。
She completely ignores my objection. And then she goes back to looking at her phone.
質問に答えてもらいたいんですがね。あなたは機関の人間か。
If she is, then I may have to take suitable measures.
違うのか。
She hasn't responded to anything you've said. Why has your opinion changed of her so quickly? I have received mail, right? Let's hold on. I think it's F1. Oh, phone triggers. Okay. No. I didn't want to exit game. Okay. So backspace, and then I think it's Z. We've got mail. Hi, Yuri. You know, I'm really sad about dropping my Upa. It's worse than last year when I missed buying Fatty Jiro Froggy. Okay. Are you really okay with yesterday's exorcism? I feel like a more traditional ceremony would have been better. I am worried something might happen to you because my exorcism isn't strong enough. It bothers me so much I can't sleep at night. P.S. Because of that, I couldn't do more than 3 practice swings with a samidare. He's precious. Make me what's going on. Okay. Alright. Okay. Probably not organization spy. I hope everything's okay with the ambulance.
違うとしても問題がありますよ。俺の写真を持っていると機関に知られれば、あなたにも奴らの魔の手が伸びるかもしれない。
Okay.
とにかく今撮った俺の写真を即刻削除してほしい。
Lady ignoring me. Oh. Is she even listening?
謝る。
Ooh. Wow, she finally speaks. Just a whisper, but it's something.
不快にさせたなら。
She lowers her head slightly in a bow. Or at least I think it's a bow. She's been looking down all this time. I can't really tell.
謝るより先に写真を削除してほしいわけだが。
風景撮ってた。
Her fingers dance across her phone's keys with impressive speed, exactly the opposite of her annoyingly slow speech pattern.
風景を撮っていた？観光客？
Or is she one of those people who came to see the satellite? In that case, why did she take a picture of me? She shakes her head without looking at me.
証明。自分が今日どこを歩いたか。
Huh. Why?
変なやつだな。
桐生萌か
Okay, new person. Kiryu Moika.
Huh?
Lady with phone.
名前
I guess she's introducing herself. That's nice, but I just want her to delete that photo.
聞きたいことがあるいい
それより写真を。
都市伝説秋葉原の
Okay.
知らない
An urban legend? What is she talking about? Don't tell me. There is a brilliant but insane mad scientist said to be lurking in Akihabara. And now, that brilliant but insane mad scientist is the target of every assassin in the underworld?
俺はこの町に長く居すぎたのかもしれん。だがそろそろ潮時か。
Akihabara, you weren't such a bad town. I'm glad.
幻のレトロ PC
The Phantom Retro PC. There is this, what is it, IBN 5100? Okay, so now I suspect Tider is after it. Moika is after it. Most likely Suzuha is also after it. Suzu.
Retro PC.
She replies with a nod or something like a nod.
秋葉原のどこかにあるらしくてそれが
そうか。
Nothing about math scientists. Aww, Rintaro. I'm relieved, but also disappointed. At any rate, this is the first I've heard about a Phantom Retro PC.
幻のレトロ PC というとキュッパチあたりか。
That's the first model that comes to mind. But are 98s really that hard to find? She shakes her head slightly, or something like a shake.
いいえこれ
She turns her phone towards me. The screen shows an oddly shaped computer. It's hard to tell since the picture's monochrome, but it looks like some kind of PC. It looks kind of familiar.
IBN 5100
What did I say? Okay. An IBN
ジ
5100.
ョン・タイターが手に入れようとした PC か。
Her fingers twitch. I think she recognized the name John Tider.
見たことは
ない。名前を知ってるぐらいだ。
Coincidence? I think not.
これもシュタインズゲートの選択かもしれん。
詳しい人知らない
ダルならば詳しく知っているかもな。そいつは俺のマイフェイバリットライトアームであるスーパーハッカーでな。 MI6 の中枢にすらハッキングできる実力の持ち主なのだ。
He's my favorite right arm. Do you have more than one right arm? The MI6 part is a slight exaggeration. If that ever did happen, Men in Black would break down our door and take us away. But the super hacker part is true. The depth of his computer knowledge is uncanny. Speaking of Daru, I'm supposed to meet him at May Queen plus Neon. I don't have time to stand here and chat with some crazy lady I don't know.
では俺は行く。女よ。メディアスクラムのほどほどに。
I tried to make a smooth exit, one-liner and everything, but she grabs my sleeve before I could disappear into the crowd.
何をする?
She looks stern here. I don't know, she looked timid before, but now she looks stern.
メルアド、教えて。
何が狙いだ?
スーパーハッカーの。
I guess she wants to hear Daru's story. It's my fault for mentioning him. Well, I'm meeting up with Daru, so why don't I just take her along? No, wait a second. This could be a devious trap. Maybe she's really a spy sent to kidnap Daru. I'm defenseless without him. My only other ally is Mayuri, whose skill amount to costume design. Don't throw the shades on Mayuri like that.
断る。今ダルを失うわけにはいかん。
I slip past her and start walking faster. I glance back. She's following me. I pick up the pace, but she's still chasing me.
俺の後ろを歩くな。
So, Okarin did not achieve his initial goal, right? Like he couldn't get her to delete the picture either. Unperturbed, she shows me her phone again. On the screen is the picture of me that she took.
ゲーまだ削除していなかったのか。
教えてくれたら削除する。
She is leveraging it. Good job.
俺を脅すとは。貴様、何者だ?
Leveraging, parentheses, blackmail. I attempt to glare her into submission. Not gonna work, but her eyes are already lowered. My glare is ineffective.
私は
She hesitates for a second.
アークリライトのバイト。
Arc right?
なんだそれは。
ヘンプロ秋葉原にある。
One of those companies that write articles for magazines? Is this gloomy lady really fit for that kind of work?
貴様。俺の写真を無断で記事にするつもりだな。
The mad scientist of Akiba, unveiled. I can see the headlines now. That's all the organization will need to turn Akiba into a sea of blood. No, I must avoid that gruesome outcome at all costs. I have no choice.
交換条件に乗ろう。
At any rate, as long as she has that photo, I have no way of knowing how it might be used. I pull up my email address and show it to her. Looking back and forth from my phone to hers, she enters my info with terrifying speed.
そうか。この女、能力者か。
Esper. Oh, like a skilled person. Okay. I dub her power Shiny Finger. Her magical thumb types cursed emails at 255 characters per minute. Whoever receives one dies. She's done typing my address. It took all of 5 seconds.
名前は
ボーイン京馬。マッドサイエンティストだ。
どう書くの？
フェニックスの鳳凰に陰、そして凶悪なる真実。
You're not the only one, Moika.
フェニックスの鳳凰に陰、そして凶悪なる真実だ。
I repeat my perfect explanation. This is the origin of my true name. Explaining the in part of Hoin would take too long, so I left it out. She enters my name with her head tilted aside.
こう。
なんだこれは、ふざけるな。俺のマナをバカにするつもりか。
Ho, owing your ma. Oh my god. She lowers her head a little bit more. An apologetic bow, I guess.
ならば携帯を貸せ。俺が入力してやる。
She absolutely would not allow it. She shakes her head, clutching her phone with both hands as if to protect it from me. Like a spoiled child who can't let go of a toy, she shields it from me with all her might. What does she think I'm going to do? Her reaction is a little depressing. Anyway, she's obviously not going to hand her phone over, so I ask for her address instead. I'll send her a blank mail. She told me her name a few minutes ago, but I forgot it already. So I enter her as Shining Finger. Oh my god. Kiru Moika. Moika. What am I doing standing here in the middle of the street? Let's hurry up and send her a blank mail. I don't need to type anything. It's just to give her my name. I already put her in my contacts. Just send a blank mail to Shining Finger. Okay, let's do it. Can I, how does one send? Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh no. Okay, so backspace. Can I do that? Outbox. Okay. But I'm trying to send her an email. Oh, address book. Shining Finger, outgoing, and send. Perfect. I can do this. Maybe. She's staring at her phone. I don't think I've ever met anyone who made less eye contact. After a few seconds, her phone receives the email.
岡部倫太郎。
なぜその名を。
Do you really think your name on your email says Hoin Kyoma?
今のカラメールに。
Damn, my email is still linked to my real name. Yes, sir. I must change it at once.
それは世を忍ぶ仮の名だ。もう一度法院の方の名前で送るから。
いいわ。これで。
何を言う。俺は岡部倫太郎ではなく法院京まであって。
She's really not buying it. Neither do I, actually. Did you delete the picture? She nods slightly, I think. It's really hard to tell. Her body language is as subdued as her voice.
消したのなら証拠を見せろ。
She silently shows me her screen. The only picture remaining is the one of that computer. That's a relief.
メールするから聞いといてね。
何をだ。
都市伝説。
Right. The IBN 5100. I almost forgot. With that, Shining Finger wanders off. Throughout that encounter, she kept the same cool expression. Actually, I don't think we ever once made eye contact.
おかえりなさいませ、ご主人様。
Oh my god. No. Okay. I opened the door to the May Queen plus Neon Squared Maid Cafe, and two familiar cat ear girls greet me with smiles.
おかりんだ。
Oh wait, is the one on the right Mayuri? One of them is Mayuri. I hear she's called Mayushi Nyan Nyan. Since she works here, I stop by about twice a month. I guess that would make me a regular customer. Actually, I've never been to any other maid
おか
cafe.
り、おかえりなさいませ。
After bowing in, Mayuri gasped as if she thought of something.
ねえねえ、おかり、まゆしは今気づいたんだけどね。おかりんとおかえりって似てるね。
Okarin and Okaeri. Sure, they sound decently similar.
今日もよく来たにゃん。ゆっくりしていってね。
The other maid who came to greet me, Ferris Nyan Nyan, her professional name of course, hits me with her trademark combo attack of cute cat-like gestures. She is May Queen plus Neon Square's most popular maids. Even though she and Mayuri are about the same age, she looks and acts a bit younger.
ダルニャン来てるにゃん。待ちぼうけしてるにゃん。
Dado frequents this cafe because he's got a crush on Faris. Faris? He often reads her public blog while muttering, "Ferris, you're so cute," to himself. He's got it real bad. I keep telling him to choose either 2D or 3D, but he doesn't listen. I also have trouble dealing with this cat girl. She always finds a way to best me.
今日も期間打倒のための極秘会議かにゃ。
そんなところだ。
フェイリスも混ぜてほしいにゃ。
Ferris. Yep.
やめとけ。猫耳メイドが太刀打ちできるほど期間は甘くない。
そんなことないにゃ。フェイリスにはあの非奥義があるのにゃ。きっとお役に立てるにゃ。
The purr effect.
何？あの非奥義、ついに得得したのか。
そうにゃ。嫌なコーチでの修行に耐え抜き、師匠の死も乗り越えて、フェイリスはついに手に入れたのにゃ。
Okay, this May Cafe and these friends do not help with Okarin's like whole in Kyoma thing. Like, it is absolutely encouraging the Chunibyo. Ferris knows my true name, Hoin Kyoma. I've also told her all about the organization. And now she's more into it than I am. She's always the one to bring up the subject whenever we meet. By the way, this is the first time I've heard of this secret technique or whatever it is.
だから今日も約束通りフェイリスの精霊会議に参加させてほしいにゃ。
Hello, Caffeine. Welcome. How are you doing? It's been a while. How have you been? She's not letting go. It'll take 30 minutes if I play along with her.
お前サンクチュアリに行くというのか。ダメだ。いくら非奥義を得得したとはいえ、あの場所はお前にはまだ早すぎる。
そんな約束したにゃ。やのに今日まだ裏切るっていうのかにゃ。それにあの場所にはフェイリスのお兄ちゃんが。
Since when do you have a brother? And what the hell is the spirit conference anyway? Ferris looked at me with actual tears in her eyes. Oh my gosh, I falter, even though I know it's just one of her cutesy acts. Whenever I talk with her, I run out of comebacks, which is really unusual for me. And then she takes the initiative, leaving me with nothing to do but listen to her fantasies. I mean, come on, you can only take it so far. There's a very clear difference between her stories and mine. As anyone can see, I speak nothing but the truth, while Ferris has only delusions and a made-up backstory. I'm not so sure about that, Okarin. I always have to play along. That's why I feel like I can never best her.
なんかわからないけど、マユシーもサンクチュアリっていうところに行きたいな。
Great. Now look who's joined in. It's just going to get worse from here. I have to end this conversation now.
来なくていい。この話はもう終わりだ。
今日まだけずるいにゃ。そうだよ。マユシーもフェリスちゃんもダメなんてね。オカリンは冷たいと思うのです。
Been busy, how about, but good. Steins, did you watch the anime? I watched maybe 2 or 3 episodes of the anime way back when it first came out, and then I never finished it. But so this is gonna be basically a new story for me. I'm very excited. I've heard great things, and like honestly, it's just been straight up entertaining so far. Like I've laughed many times because Okarin is a fool, or so it feels, and I love the mysteries so far, like the way that they've explained the backdrop of the multiverse and John Titor and stuff like that. Like that's been very nice. But other than that, I've been good. Happy New Year. I don't think I've seen you since last year. I hope you had a good, holidays or New Year celebration with friends and family. But yeah, we are gonna be doing Steins Gate as visual novel going forward on Tuesdays. And it's mostly because I don't have the energy to actually play a game after work on a work day. So I was like, visual novel seems like a great way for me to decompress, but also have a little bit of content and share with people who, I don't know, it seems like you've seen it, but maybe there are other people who haven't seen it and would like to see it. So did you enjoy the anime if you did watch it?
フェリスとは誰だ？
フェリスちゃんはフェリスちゃんだよ。ね
Isn't it Ferris? Is she talking about this Ferris? Is that her real name? Have I been mistaken all this time? Karen, you're like the epitome of confusion. And paranoia. That's a disturbing thought.
あのね、マユシンは言いにくいからフェリスちゃんって短くしてるんだ。
Ah, okay.
なんだそういうことか。
なんだか女学院みたいで、それも悪くないにゃ。
Okay, then moving on. Well, Mayuri also has nicknames for everybody, so I guess it's not that surprising.
いいからさっさと案内してくれ。俺はいつまでここに立っていればいいんだ。
ごめんなさいにゃ。ご主人様、ご案内にゃ。
Two over two.
マユシ、ご案内よろしくにゃんにゃ。任せてにゃんにゃ。
If you haven't noticed, the cat ear maids here at May Queen plus Nyan squared are required to add cat sounds, nyas and nyans, to their words with some frequency. Mayuri takes my hand and leads me inside. No, I also haven't finished the anime because I prefer stupid, goofy, funny animes like One Punch Man, One Piece, Crayon Shin-chan. Oh my gosh. That is such a childhood thing for me. Shin-chan. I completely understand though. The stupid, goofy, funny animes. They're a wonderful sort of comic relief and way to decompress, right? Apparently, Mayushi Nyan is the only one who leads customers by the hand like this. It probably comes naturally to her. She doesn't even realize the effect it has on her customers. And that's why she's second to Ferris in popularity at this maid cafe. She guides me to Daru's table. The tables are about 60%. Well, that's a very popular maid cafe then. Among Akiba's maid cafes, Maid Queen plus Nyan Square's popularity is solid but not booming. Considering what Ferris and the others are wearing, it's more like a cosplay cafe than a maid cafe, sure. Furthermore, the cat ears and Nyanyan dialect makes it less accessible to low-level otaku and first-timers. On the other hand, those same cat ears are a topic of heated debate among die-hard maid cafe fans. Maids don't have cat ears. Cat ears plus maid is 2 times moe, sure. These two viewpoints clash. This place is one of the older maid cafes in Akihabara, but it doesn't get much media exposure. Maybe that's what makes it more comfortable than most. I'd like to know the story of the game. Let's go. Of the game. Work by day, play game at night. Yes, yes. That's the life, right? Well, you know, I'm here every Tuesday and there's always VODs. So if you want to just trace through the story, I would be more than happy to have you along. It's been really fun so far, actually. So, I guess we haven't gotten to the serious bits yet, but right now it's mostly just us meeting people, right? We've met Mayuri, who's the girl that goes to-do-do, and then a coding friend named Daru, and then we've met I did not write her down, but Makise? I think it's Makise. Makise Kurisu, who is a girl genius. And then we've met like a few other people so far, but most of them we've only met them today. And I think the idea of multiverse and time traveling has been slowly introduced to us through this visual novel. And so I think by now, even though Okarin, who's the person that we're playing as, doesn't accept it quite yet, we had made a jump across what they call world line in this game, but it's really just moving across a different timeline. And I think right now we're just setting ground to more realization. We've been introduced to the Jello Banana, but that's about it. You haven't missed much, so. At least that's what Daru says, okay? He talks about this stuff so much it's been burned into my synapses.
ダルくん、オカリンが来たにゃん。
Daru!
遅すぎでしょマ
It's
ジで。
ginormous. Daru sits in front of me but doesn't look my way. He looks upset for some reason. No, what's wrong, Daru?
今フェイリスタンと何を話していたか詳しく。
He's jealous.
聞きたいのか
You really want to
どうせ俺
know?
には理解できない話だと思うが
Hell, even I didn't get most of it.
ああ、そっち系の話か。フェイリスタンとオカリンの会話は普通のオタじゃついていけない領域に達してるよな。オーラみたいなものが出てるっつうの？
Well, both of them are very engrossed in their character and their world
二
building.
人だけの固有結界張りやがって許さない。絶対にだ。
フェリスちゃんもオカリンのこと気に入ってるみたいだにゃ。
Oh, that's why Daru is
お
jealous.
店の子、お店に来るご主人様たちみんな含めてフェリスちゃんのお話についていけるのはね、オカリンだけだもんにゃ。
I'm not even close to keeping up with her.
そんなオカリンに嫉妬。なんという勝ち組。
嘘で塗り固めた女になど興味がない。
今日のお前が言うなすれはここですか？
黙れ浮気野郎めが二次元の嫁が泣いているぞ。
Okay. One of my favorite lines so far in the game, in the visual novel, has been, and this is why I'm part of me is like I could watch the anime, but I'm gonna play the visual novel. Is when we were introduced to Daru, who's this big man with the yellow cap here. The description is that he is a hacker, so he's very, computer whiz, who cheats on his 2D wives with 3D maids. I swear to God, I'm going to use that line somewhere. I just don't know when, but I'm gonna use it somewhere. It had me laughing immediately. I love that line so freaking much.
ぐはー、痛いところ疲れたっす。
Daru theatrically grabs his chest and falls onto the table. I sip from one of the glasses of water that Mayuri brought to our table.
で、ご主人様、ご注文はお決まりですかにゃ？
オムライス、それとホットコーヒー、ブラックで。
かしこまりますにゃんにゃん。
After taking my order, Mayuri finds her way towards the counter as if swimming between the rows of tables. I hope she doesn't trip.
で、僕なんか用事だった？
Daru asks without getting up from the table. That's right. I know, omurice is so delicious. In my confrontation with Shining Finger and Catgirl, I almost forgot my original objective.
あと1時間ぐらいしたらラボに行くつもりだったんだけど。
内密で緊急の話があるのだ。
Right, we wanted to check our notes with Daru about John Titor? John Titor, right. I lean on the table and scan the area without moving my head.
ジョン・タイターは知っている。
ジョン・タイター？誰？
アメリカに10年ほど前に現れた自称未来人。お前とは以前こいつの話題をしたはずだぞ。
またオカリンのいつもの設定？
設定とか言うな。俺が話すことは全て真実だ。
ああ、めんどくせえ。じゃあ付き合ってやるけどさ、そのタイターってやつが未来人だっていうソースは？
Okay, so I think by this point we know that Daru does not have the memories of John Titor. So that's another confirmation that we've jumped universes.
待て、なんでそんな初耳のような言い方をする？
事実初耳だから。
忘れたわけではなく、
自信はないけど。
日本でもそいつに関する本が出ている。
その本を見せてくれたら思い出せるかも。
本当に何も知らないのか？
人の記憶力なんて結構曖昧なもんっしょ。デジタルと違ってさ。
Yeah, that's a confirmation. This is wrong. I remember talking to Daru about John Titor back in high school. It was only idle talk, so it's possible that Daru forgot about it. But you also couldn't find John Titor on the internet anymore. Daru is quite the internet addict, but the internet lets you choose what information you want to see. There's no guarantee Daru looked up info on John Titor. If he had, I doubt he would have forgotten so completely. Is it my memories that are mistaken, or everyone else's?
だったら IBN5100 については？
へえ、オカリンがそんな PC を知ってるなんてね。やるじゃん。
知っているんだな。
IBN が1975年に発売したモデルっしょ。
1975. He traveled to 1975 first, obtained an IBM 5100, then leaped to 1998. So, is that the basis of time traveling?
どんな PC なんだ？
値段高すぎの PC だな。
The stupidly expensive kind.
黎明期だったからすげえ高くて、個人には手が出せなかったらしい。IBN の独自技術が詰まった、その当時にしては結構優秀な PC だったんだけどね。
But only for its time, though.
IBN は6年後の
is.
1981年に IBN-PC っていう大ヒットシリーズを発売してて、そっちの方が有名なわけ。つうか僕も IBN5100 の知識はネットのウィキを見たことがあるぐらいだぞ。
それが現在の秋葉にあるという都市伝説を聞いたことは？
おうおう、あるある。1ヶ月前ぐらいにネットで話題になったな。で、その噂を聞きつけたアッコちゃんの有志が秋葉中のショップを探して回ったんだよ。フレパラのフレンドにゲジネって人がいるんだけど、その人が中心になってね。あの疾風陣雷のナイトハルトまで出張ってきたらしいけど、結局見つからなかったんだって。
じゃあ都市伝説はデマだったということか？
さあ知らねえ。秋葉にはアンダーグラウンドなショップがたくさんあるし、案外どっかの怪しいショップにひょっこり転がっててもおかしくないんじゃね？
I think it's in Mr. Braun's shop.
ふむ。なるほど。
Alright, let's check. Shining Finger. Okabe-san, I mailed you as soon as I could. My name is Kiru Moeka. I'm a 20-year-old freelance editor. I believe I mentioned I work part-time at Arc Rewrite. Sorry for taking your picture. It wasn't on purpose. I needed some shots of Akihabara for work, and you just happened to be in one. Actually, to tell you the truth, I was hoping to sneak some shots of the satellite, Lamau. By the way, the picture I took was just a test, not the final shot. That's why I was using my phone. Even if you hadn't begged me to delete it, I wouldn't have posted it, so don't worry. Anyway, I should get to the point. I'm really sorry for asking this, Okabe-kun. But it would be super great if you could ask your friend, the super hacker, about the IBM 5100. Isn't that a pun for IBM? Yes, I think it is. Yep. I don't really know anything about computers, especially old computers. All I have to go on is that picture I showed you. I'll attach the image. Be absolutely positively sure to reply, okay? I'll be waiting. And if you could, I'll be super happy if you gave me your super hacker friend's email address. I'll mail you again. It's okay to mail you again, right? Of course it is. Bye, Moika. Okay. And that's the attachment. Oh, come on. What's with this mail? Disregarding the weird timing. This is really the gloomy, unsociable woman I met in front of Radican. That is right. The email was very bright and like very, you know, sort of positive and everything like that. She's like a completely different person in this email. Does she have split personalities or something? Well, I've got some info about the IBM 5100, so I guess I should give her a reply. But if I send an immediate reply to a woman I just met, won't I come off as clingy and desperate? You're overthinking this. I, Hoin Kyoma, would not be taken lightly. This is my chance to make her understand which one of us is the superior human being. Oh my god. And above all, I have yet to ascertain if she can be trusted. She might start harassing me if I reply the wrong way. And besides, she hasn't proven that she's not working for the organization. He's trying to be polite but overreacting, yeah. For sure. And way overthinking the dynamic between him and this girl. Nonetheless, it couldn't hurt to tell her what I learned from Daru. I agree. To discourage her, of course. Let's ignore it. This is out of kindness.
待たせたな、ダル。それで、一つだけ確認したいんだが。
Okay. I scan the area with my eyes once more, then I lean in close.
IBN 5100は世界滅亡の引き金になるアイテムなんだな。
なんでだよ。引き金にはならないし、世界滅亡もしないっつの。
I love it whenever Daru wears that frown on his face. It's just like, he loves his friend, but as soon as you start spewing nonsense, he's just like, I'm very concerned about your mental health.
にゃに？世界滅亡しちゃうのかにゃ？
I
それはそれで。
love it whenever Daru wears that frown on his face. It's just like, I'm very concerned about your mental health.
それはそれで。
I
それで。
love it whenever Daru wears that frown on his face. It's just like, I'm very concerned about your mental health. All right. He's gonna change his attitude completely, I bet. Why duck AVA and why mint? Do you like duck and mint leaves? Um, I was I liked it. I guess I do, I suppose. I think the duck for now is a placeholder. It was just, I wanted like an avatar, but I didn't know what to use. And so I was just looking online for something sort of easily accessible, like something cheap and something that I enjoy looking at. But yeah, I do like mint a lot. So, but I maybe as time go on, I might consider getting a different avatar. But for now, I am a duck with a flower on my head. Thank you. I think it's cute too. Yeah. It's a very, it's a carefree little duckling and um it's sort of what I want to be in this channel. Like I want to be like a comforting, relaxing, chill, free-spirited existence. So, we're working on it. Okay. We have our omelets. Yeah. She's doing her cat-like gestures while keeping her tray balanced on one hand. A true feline agility. Despite her nyan nonsense, Ferris is the consummate professional.
ご主人様、お待たせしましたにゃんにゃ。オムライスにゃん。
The cat girl puts the omelet rice on the table and then takes a bottle of ketchup from her apron pocket. Is this the famous? Is she gonna draw a heart? Aww, sekai ga yabai. In red letters upon the omelet's blank yellow canvas.
世界滅亡前にどうぞ召し上がれ。
おお、世界がやばいきた。フェイリスさんの丸文字の可愛さに僕もやばい。
Oh my god, Daru, you're such a simp. Christ. It appears the cuteness has shattered Daru's sanity. I give him a look that says calm down, but to no avail. I smooth out the ketchup with the bottom of my spoon, erasing the ketchup words.
Ah, もったいない。
Oh, Daru, no. I'm going to eat that away.
ダルニャンダルニャン。フェイリス杯の件考えてくれたかにゃ。
What is the first
も
cup?
ちろん。僕も参加します。
フェイリス杯？なんだそれは。
I take a mouthful of the omelet rice.
次の日曜日にこの店でライネットの大会をやるのにゃ。
Okay. Fairies start dancing in place. I prefer she not jump around like that when people are eating nearby.
フェイリスはその幹事である実行委員長、つまり言い出しっぺなのにゃ。よかったら今日も参加するにゃ。参加費はドリンク込みで1000円。フェイリスに勝てた人には商品として手作り料理を振る舞うにゃ。
無理無理。オカリンはライネットには詳しくないんだ。
I think Raiden is a game, right?
にゃー、面白いのに。
いいな。こ
I stop shoveling the omelet rice into my mouth. Then I deliver a melancholy sigh.
れライネットアクセスバトナーズか。その名を聞くたびチャンピオンだっ
たあいつのことを思い出す。あれからもう2年になるのか。いや、なんでもない。今のは忘れてくれ。
He is so entranced in his own world.
すっごく思わせぶりな態度だったのにゃ。あいつって誰にゃ。
多分存在しないんじゃね。ライネットって公式大会が始まったら1年前ぐらいだし。
今日もあの人のことまだ忘れられないのかね。
はあ
And things take an unexpected turn.
確かにあの頃、あの人、フェイリスのお兄ちゃんとキョンマはとっても仲が良くて、フェイリスも嫉妬しちゃうぐらいだったにゃ。
Damn it, she took my story and ran with it again. I never even said anything about him before. I never even said anything about him being her brother. Hell, I don't know if Ferris even has siblings. I shouldn't have talked about stuff like this in front of Ferris. Good. It takes one who is more delusional to beat one's magic.
でも、いい加減、思い出にばかりすがるのはやめるにゃ。
Her shout resounds throughout the store. Her finger snaps at me.
フェイリスは辛くても、辛いからこそ、お兄ちゃんの意志を継いでライネッターになったんだにゃ。
Oh my god. Perfected.
覚えてるかにゃ。お兄ちゃんがいつも言ってた言葉。いつかライネットで世界に平和をもたらそうって。
フェイリス、コーヒー持ってきて。
Nintendo just wants out. He's like, I'm not dealing with this anymore.
にゃにゃ。
I present my empty plate to Ferris. I always eat quickly. It's a habit I picked up naturally during my years on the run from the organization. Screw the slow food trend.
かしこまりましたにゃ。少々お待ちください。
Ferris takes the dish and heads back to the counter. Phew. If I'd left things going as they were, I would have had to play along for another 10 minutes in her fantasy world.
フェイリスタンは知る人ぞ知る実力派ライネッターなんだぜ。
Daru explains with a wry smile.
非公式の野良試合では400戦無敗なのさ。
ヒクソンかよ。
Daru ignores my perfect retort.
フェイリスタンが公式大会に出ないのが残念だよ。出れば優勝間違いなしなのに。
なんで出ないんだ？
この店のご主人様たちを第一に考えてるってことっしょ。店に迷惑をかけてまで大会には出ないってスタンス？メイドの鏡だろマジで。それにマユシと同い年だから学校も行かなきゃいけないだろうし。
店に迷惑かけないと言っておきながら、フェイリス杯になるものを店で開くのか？
細けえことはいいんだよ。
Oh, Daru.
とりあえずフェイリスタンは可愛い。可愛いは正義。猫耳ロリメイドはけしからん。性的な意味で。それでいいだろう。
Kawaii wa seiri. Cuteness is justice.
お前は結局2次元派なのか3次元派なのかどちらなのだ？
He's batting for the 3D team in the 2D realm, right? I got you, Daru.
あえて言おう。倍であると。
Goodbye.
いろいろとフリーダムだな、ダルは。
よく言われます。さあせん。
Of course. Have a good day, Caffeine. I think I actually might be wrapping up soon too. Have a good day. I'm gonna wrap it up soon and head to bed. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Take care. Daru usually doesn't show enthusiasm for anything. The exceptions are Moe and Ferris. I wish he were this passionate about our experiments. Oh, perfect. Scene change. Okay. I had to pull Daru away from Ferris so we could return to the lab. We arrived to find it hotter than a sauna in hell. I don't think they would have sauna in hell. I quickly opened the windows, letting a small breeze blow in. It won't be enough. I flip our fan to full power and place it on the table in front of me. I really wish we had an air conditioner. I turn on the computer. This is our PC for communal use among the lab members. It still uses an old CRT monitor, so it looks ancient. But don't let its looks deceive you. Our computer whiz, Daru, scrounged up some parts and made some mods to it. In any case, I don't spend much time on it. I mostly use it to update the Future Gadget Laboratory's homepage, check my email, visit new sites, and browse that channel. I wonder if the new titer is still posting. Okay, I think we're gonna check the mail. And I might pause here. Let's see if we can check the mail right now. Oh, we cannot. Okay. Alright, titer. Humor me. I see that everyone would like to know more about my time machine. I'm happy to explain. Just so you know, it's impossible to reproduce it with current technology. Certain critical components won't exist until CERN invents them in 2034. Time travel works by altering gravity. Basically, you can think of it as using the twin paradox, but that alone isn't enough to reverse time. Still here, Faker? You're annoying. Go away. Your power's gravity control, not bad. It's still not enough for top tier power levels. Twin paradox. Is it just like the Urashima effect? That's just slowing time down, not reversing it. It uses Typler cylinders and curved black holes, doesn't it? Just like you said 10 years ago. Oh, this is Hon Kyoma. Okay, so this is us. We posted it. And your time machine is a 1970s Chevy. I know all of it. Chevy's an American car, right? I'd rather go German with a BMW. Okay. By Typler cylinders, are you referring to a Typler machine? A Typler cylinder would have been 10 kilometers diameter, so way too big. Way too big. How do you fit that onto a Chevy? Even if you could, a Typler machine can't travel farther back in time than the moment of its creation. This is a surprise. Does this mean people of this age already know about my time machine? Did you really encounter me 10 years ago? If so, then that must have been on another world line. I, at least, have not gone to the year 2000. In any case, the important point is that a rotating black hole has the same effect as a type of cylinder. You can learn more about curved black holes by studying the Perot's diagram or Typler's calculations. My time machine works by generating a pair of curved black holes. 10 years ago, source? He didn't deny it? Lol. All about Hohen's crazy train prepared for a train wreck. Her black hole time travel was theoretically possible, but 1. How do you get black holes to spin. Don't tell me you wait until you find one spinning naturally. That's ridiculous. And 2, how do you pass through the singularity? There's no way a Chevy can withstand the pressure. Stock prices. This isn't a delusion. I know for a fact that Tider posted 10 years ago. There's even a book about it. Search the used bookstore if you don't believe me. His Chevy has a gravity distortion unit. That's what he said 10 years ago. Yes, it does have a gravity distortion unit. My time machine is not perfect. It was built by a third party who reverse engineered CERN's design. The gravity distortion unit is a little unstable. First, the unit produces a microsingularity that injects electrons to induce rapid rotation. This generates a local gravity sine wave. As the time machine passes through the singularity, the gravity distortion unit regulates the pressure to ensure safe passage. I'm not a specialist, so I cannot explain the mechanics any further. Let me just say that the black holes cannot be manufactured. Or can be manufactured. CERN is currently experimenting with black hole creation. It's not that you won't explain, it's that you can't. How do you set the destination? The Earth is constantly moving, or didn't you know that? By the way, I set a destination with the VGL system, that's variable gravity lock. It functions by reading the local gravity of the destination and locking the typular sine wave onto that location. By locking onto Earth's gravity, it ensures that I don't end up floating in space. It uses 4 cesium blocks to make the calculations, so the margin of error is negligible. Okay. The same information was in Tider book. All you have done is post 10-year-old copy pasta. Anyone can do that. How do I know you're the real Tider? Still nothing concrete. Okay. You did waste all day on that channel. We have more important things to deal with, namely the phone wave, name subject to change. We haven't experimented with it since yesterday. It's high time I figure out what's going on with that thing. Earlier, I asked Daru to connect a phone wave, name subject to change, to the computer. He finished setting it up yesterday. Now he's about to do a quick wire work in the development room. Okay, you know what? Before we continue, let's check mail. Oh, Ferris. You're more perceptive than I thought, Nya, so now you understand what's at stake. The Red Southern Cross will soon hatch. The time has come for Ferris to journey to the sanctuary to prepare for I Can Say No More. Okay? Alright. I think I can remember how to do this. It's a tab. Ugh. Save is F6. Okay. I think we'll save over the existing file and we'll start from here. Next time. Right. I hope you guys have fun. It's nearly 3 hours. I usually don't go this long on weekdays, but thank you for spending the time with me, and thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful day or night ahead of you, and take care until next time. Bye.